All right, so this is SG that I'm getting ready to sell. I'm gonna swap out the wiring harness and all that stuff, but just gonna do a super quick video on try to make it quick. Just dimensions, depths of the different various cavities, and the stock electronics measurements for DC resistance for the pickups and the pots and all that sort of stuff. So I did not expect this, and I think I'm gonna go on a different route when I go to sell this. So unless I can find a pickup set that I want to do, I'm going to just sell the body as is. But we'll pop all this out and get some measurements. All right, so got everything apart. Here's a toggle switch for the harness. Some of these have the jack separate as well. This one does not, obviously. It's all part of the printed circuit board. Nothing inherently wrong with printed circuit boards themselves. But if the pot goes bad, you have to replace the whole thing. If you don't like an aspect of one of the pots or the volumes, say the taper or something like that, you've got to replace the whole thing. The switchcraft, the switch is just a switchcraft. You got a switchcraft jack, a 2-contact switchcraft jack. So I mean, you know, the components are fine as long as you like the value and the tapers of the pots. If it works for you, there's no reason to change anything. But we'll check out these values and see where they're at. So we got the bridge volume at 476. Can you see that? Neck volume, 424. 483 for the bridge tone. 457 for the neck tone. And I assume that these caps are, yeah, 22 nanofarad or 0.022 microfarad. That one's 2.3. Now on these pickups, so we got a 490T and a 490R. So this is going to be the neck pickup. It's such a pain in the butt to get a reading on these four conductors rather. So I'm just gonna plug it in. This reading will be a smidge off because it's in parallel with the pot, 7.7K. So it's probably really close to 8K. Let's do the bridge. This one, so 7.93. So out of circuit, it's probably like 8.1. And then let's see if these are, so you got a screw coil. If these stick together, yeah, so they've got them going reverse wound, reverse polarity, so that if this is in a setup with coil splitting, when you split both the coils, in theory they should be hum canceling. So that's why they do that. Let's get on to some cavity measurements. All right, so here's what the inside of the cavity looks like without the neck on. They drill channel to the cavity. WC stands for Warren Cherry. SG Special, I don't know what that C is for. As far as cavity depths, you're pretty good. So let's see. You got a little over 5/8 depth to this first level. And then a little over 1.125 all the way down for the pickup mounting feet. So you're good for any like long feet PAF type pickup. How thick's the body? Dang, so you only got like 20 thousandths of an inch. Not even an eighth of an inch thickness. Right where those feet are. That's very, very thin. Never knew that. Never paid attention. And then as far as the rear cavity, from the shelf is where I'm going to be measuring. The recessed portion where the cavity is, because that's where the rear cover will be. So you're right in at an inch on the first portion, and then the toggle depth, let's just go from there, is 85 thousandths. So what's that, like 5/32 or something like that? Maybe. Oh, my calculator. What's 5/32? No. A little over 5/64. So 5/64 would be 2.5 30-seconds, if that was a thing. So about a 16th drop to there. So again, there's not much room right there. So that little oval cutout is perfect for these right angle toggles. But you can also use one of these electro switch toggles, which are awesome. They haven't caught on, and their prices are staying normal, whereas the Switchcraft prices keep going up. So that's just something to think about. So as far as, you could also use a Switchcraft short frame toggle, but the problem is if you use a Switchcraft short frame toggle, if I can find one, you're going to, these two lugs are going to be pushed up right there, and you see, so you'd have to do some finagling, which I don't really recommend. I would just use a right angle toggle or this electro switch one. Some of the import Epiphones have more room, and they also don't have this oval. They only have a circle cut out. So in one of those cases, I would use a short frame with the electro switch. The electro switch is going to work every single time. It also uses the same switch tip and the same nut as a Switchcraft, and it's got a really long threaded portion. You don't need the deep collar nut, and it also comes with this depth stop nut, which is really nice. So that's about it. I mean, there's not much to these things. Could you do something goofy like a wide range humbucker? I'm pretty sure you could. You've got almost 7/8 is going to be 875. So yeah, it's 1 7/8 of an inch. And then 3 inches widthwise or lengthwise, however you whatever your perspective is. So you got 3 inches from here to here, and 1 7/8 from here to here. So you got plenty of room to do whatever kind of pickup you want to do. P90s, you could probably do in these as well. Let's find out. This is just old Duncan. You'd have to do a smidge bit of routing, but on this guitar with the full pick guard, it would certainly fit. You can make it work. That's not a whole lot. It just depends on if you do dog ears, but I think as switching out the base plate. Might be worth it, might not be, I don't know. Up to you, but that's where it sits if you wanted to do something like that. So that's about it on this one. I'll wrap it up. I think I'm just gonna, like I said, just sell this one as it is, since I don't have some pickups that I'd like to put in it. Sell the pickups, sell the body first, and then move on to the hardware in case I come across some pickups that I want to throw in and install them in it. So that's the way we'll go, and that'll end this video. Thanks.